She looked at me, the way people look at you when they are about to blame you for something you did not do. I did not point this out. I was learning slowly that some battles are not worth the energy when you still have 6 days left on a trip with this person. My name is not important. What is important is that I was 22, I had saved for 8 months, and I was finally going abroad for the first time. First time on a plane, first time with a passport, first time thinking I am the kind of person who travels now. I was going with my friend, let's call her Kara. Kara was fun. Kara was spontaneous. Kara made every room louder and every decision faster. I should have known that spontaneous and safe are not always the same thing, but I didn't know that yet. I was 22. I was excited. And Kara was already running toward the wrong taxi. We had just landed, new city, new country, the air smelled different, even the light looked different, golden and cinematic, like a film about someone whose life is going well. I found the official taxi queue. Proper, licensed, safe. I was very proud of myself. And then a man appeared, no uniform, no sign, no official anything. Just a man with a smile and the words, "Private driver, ladies, very good price, very fast, no queue." Before I could say a single word, Kara said yes, picked up her bag and walked away with him just like that. I stood there, holding my suitcase, doing very fast mental calculations about what a good friend looks like versus what staying alive looks like. Kara, wait. I don't think this is safe. She turned around. The look on her face was not the look of someone reconsidering a decision. It was the look of someone who had already decided that I was the problem. "Oh my God, you're so paranoid. He's fine, come on." I went, not because I thought it was safe, but because she was already in the car, and I had 1 second to decide between being stranded alone or being potentially trafficked together, and somehow together felt safer. This is not advice. This is a confession. We arrived safely. I want to be clear, we arrived safely, not because it was a good decision, but because the universe occasionally protects people who do not deserve its protection. On that particular day, I said a quiet thank you to whatever force keeps 22-year-olds alive, despite themselves. We got to the airbnb. I put my bag down. I breathed. We made it, I thought. The chaos is over. And then Kara opened her suitcase. It was not her bag, same color, same size, different human being's entire life inside it. Somewhere in that airport, a stranger was opening their suitcase and finding Kara's things and probably having a much calmer reaction than this. "Oh my God, these are not my clothes. Kara, you need to go back to the airport." She looked at me, then she looked at me, the way people look at you when they are about to blame you for something you did not do. "This is so stressful," she said. "I can't believe this happened." I waited for her to say, "I can't believe I picked up the wrong bag." She did not say that. She went back to the airport alone. She returned with the correct bag. She did not apologize to the stranger, whose belongings she had temporarily adopted. I did not point this out. I was learning slowly that some battles are not worth the energy when you still have 6 days left on a trip with this person. Day 3, I had walked 30,000 steps. 30,000 steps. My feet were not feet anymore. They were a strongly worded letter, addressed to my brain, that said, "We quit." Kara wanted to go out. She had matched with someone on Tinder. She wanted me to come. "I'm exhausted," I said. "I'll come tomorrow, I promise." She did not like this answer. "You're so boring," she said. "You never want to do anything fun." I looked at my feet. My feet looked back at me. We were in agreement. Kara left. And then I reached for the keys to our Airbnb, the keys that meant I could leave if I needed to, get food, get air, get anything. They were gone. She had taken them. Not intentionally, maybe, or maybe. I will never know. What I know is that for the next 4 hours, I sat in that Airbnb, unable to leave, while Kara was somewhere in the city with a man from the internet. Not texting me once. Not once. I sat there and I thought about a lot of things. I thought about safety. I thought about friendship. I thought about the 30,000 steps and whether any of them had led me to a good decision. And then I ordered food to the door and watched a film, and honestly, it was a lovely evening. On day 5, Kara looked at her phone and made a face, the face of someone who has just remembered something they should not have forgotten. So, she said slowly, my university graduation is this week. I waited. I have to go home. I kept waiting. The dates kind of overlap. I want you to understand something. Kara had chosen these dates. She had booked these flights. She had planned this trip, and somewhere between the planning and the actual trip, her own graduation had slipped her mind. Her own graduation. When do you leave? I asked. Tomorrow, she said. I looked out the window. At this city I had never seen before, in a country I had never visited, on a trip that was my first time ever leaving home, and I thought, okay, I can do this. And then something strange happened, something I did not expect. The moment she left, the trip got better. But before she left, there was the bicycle. Kara had rented a bicycle, a lovely bicycle from a lovely rental shop, with a very clear sign that said, please lock your bicycle. Kara had not locked the bicycle. The bicycle was gone. Now, when you lose a rented bicycle, there is a process. You go back to the shop. You explain, you deal with it. Kara did not do any of these things. Kara left the country. She left her ID at the shop. She left her deposit at the shop. She left the explanation at the shop. She left me at the shop, metaphorically, because for the next 2 days the bicycle rental people called me. The Airbnb manager called me. Everyone called me. And I, a person who had not rented any bicycle, had not lost any bicycle, had in fact never even sat on the bicycle, spent an afternoon on the phone, explaining, apologizing, and solving a problem that was entirely someone else's doing. I want you to know, I handled it very calmly, very professionally, and then I went and got the most expensive dessert on the menu of the nearest cafe, and I ate it slowly, and I felt that I had earned it. I spent the last 3 days alone. I walked where I wanted. I ate what I wanted. I stopped when something was beautiful and kept moving when it wasn't. No one told me I was paranoid for wanting to use a licensed taxi. No one took my keys. No one lost a bicycle and made it my problem, just me and a city and the quiet, steady feeling of I can do this. I was always able to do this. I just didn't know it yet. A few years later, I saw Kara at a party. I smiled. I was polite. I said, it's so nice to see you. It's been a while. And she said, in front of everyone, without hesitation, without shame, yeah, because you're not fun to hang out with. I want you to know that I stood there for exactly 3 seconds, 3 full seconds, running through every response available to me, and then I smiled, because here is what I have learned. From every bad trip, every wrong taxi, every stolen bicycle, every locked door, every solo evening. That turned out better than the plan. People who call you boring are usually the ones who need someone calm nearby to clean up after the chaos they create. And I was done cleaning up. I smiled at Kara. I got myself a drink, and I went and stood with people who thought that coming home safe was in fact the most fun ending of all. What's the most chaotic travel moment you survived? Tell us in the comments.